It rhymes.
Yeah,
Shit.
what's it inconsistent?
Well, indigenous don't crack. The natives don't crack.
The natives don't.
You can see a native and he could be 90 years old and still look like he's 50. I'm talking for the natives.
Yeah.
I like when
it comes to talking about African Americans, I have no education with that. Period. I don't. I'm not even connecting to that no more because that's a system. That's like connecting. Say, hey, he's a bad guy. You don't hang with him. Oh, hey, I'm gonna find out for myself. I'm not African American at all. My folks is not from Africa, and a lot of people in this room, folks ain't from Africa. Might be a couple, but people just don't understand. I asked my grandma, like, yo, grandma, what's your background? She like, Redfoot and Blacktail Indian. What? Yeah, my mother and my father did. We 100% Indians. That's my other grandma. We got Cherokee in us, and European and Italian, a little Dominican. It's crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? That's why I'm African. Y'all look at me funny, like, nigga, I'm African. Like, you're not though. Like, you're not.
You got African. You won't last. You got black people out here claiming to be African, man. We are not African. We two separate people. The Africans are a disgusting people, man. They got a culture of cutting themselves, stuffing plates in their lips, man. The Africans are a disgusting people. And furthermore, the Lord said to not take on the customs of these heathens, man. But yet you got black people claiming to be African. You got black people saying, hey, African American. How the hell are you African American? You let the Africans be African, man. That's right. You let the Africans be African. But yet, you black people, you want to take on the culture of another nation so bad, man.
I was reading a comment on my last video, a girl from Africa. She said she lives in Africa and she feels like America is where she's belong because in Africa, the white people treat you so bad. People treat you bad. Only people get treated right is white people. In Africa. You're from Africa, go home so you can come back here and remember that this is where you're from. Your ancestors died here, they built here, they loved here. This is their blood is here. And your ass want to run across the sea to Africa? You want to abandon your native land and go to fucking Africa? Are you serious? You can't be serious.
In making it in the system, we have to turn loose the culture. You know, I say in my forthcoming book that the African cannot be a slave and an African at the same time. And we cannot be servants of another people and Africans at the same time either, you see. And so, no matter...
Wait a minute, we better repeat that. Because I heard something there. Say that again now.
That we cannot be servants and Africans at the same time, you see. To be faithful servants to these people requires that we give up our African culture and heritage to a great extent, vastly transform it. And of course, you see this in graphic terms in the slave camp. You're not going to hold your original language or your religion or cultural values or social organization and relationships, and you see in the slave camp, all of these things are ultimately wiped out or at least severely reduced.
Shit, if you look at the Hamites, they into cannibalism, they drink blood. These Jewish people even be drinking blood. So when they say, shall not a dog lift up his tongue against a man or beast, you Hamites and you Edomites are dogs. The Lord put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. Now the Egyptians represent the Africans. The Israelites are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. There's a difference between us. We're not the same. Now, yes, we're two dark-skinned people. We're two dark nations, but we're not the same. There's a big difference, and even these Hamites know that, man. These Hamites that walked past before the camera started, oh, you went up here, yeah, Mazabak, yeah, but they knew there was a difference, man. Physically, there's a difference between Africans and so-called black Americans.
If I've been white since the day I've been born, then I'm still white now, and I will be white every day. I'm biologically white. I feel it through my veins and through my blood. I don't just think I'm white. I know that I'm white. There's no doubt in my mind.
I'm an American. I'm not an African American. I'm an American.
Oh, girl, don't set up Twitter on fire.
I'm sorry. I mean,
what?
I'm sorry.
Lord. What did you just say? Stop the tape right now.
We are African, and we happen to be in America. We're not American. We are people who formerly were Africans who were kidnapped and brought to America. Our forefathers weren't the Pilgrims. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. The rock was landed on us. We were brought here against our will. We were not brought here to be made citizens.
Stuff happened that you didn't want to happen. I all of a sudden became an African. Political correctness, African American. I'm not African. I'm not African. I'm not African.
Once you lose track of your heritage, you lose track of your liberty in this world. The Europeans doing the slave trade not only read the African out of history, they colonized history, they colonized information about history. They colonized image. They colonized the image of God.
I'm now coming to the point that I'm realizing that if it were not for the original black man and woman, if it were not for what is called Africa today, there would be no Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, and the so-called world's religion.
I'm here to clear up a situation. We have a lot of identity crisis right now going on in our community about what to call ourselves. Look, under black, there's no protection. Under African American, there's no protection in America. But under American, Copperstone, Native Indian, we have protection under treaties, okay? So that's why I stake my ground today. They're not gonna make me an immigrant, okay? Now, if you want Pan-Africanism and all that, you know, it doesn't matter. As long as you start from American soil, okay? When the slaves ran away from the plantation prison, they ran back home to the reservations. They knew who they were.
Also, this type of so-called Negro, by being intoxicated over the white man, he never sees beyond the white man. He never sees beyond America. He never looks at himself or where he fits into things on the world stage. He only can see himself here in America, on the American stage or the white stage, where the white man is in the majority, where the white man is the boss. So this type of Negro always feels like he's outnumbered, or he's the underdog, or he's the minority. And it puts him in the role of a beggar, cowardly, humble, Uncle Tom and beggar on anything that he says is that should be his by right. Whereas there is, when it comes, he wants to be an American rather than to be black. He wants to be something other than what he is. And knowing that America is a white country, he knows he can't be black and be an American too. So he never calls himself black. He calls himself an American Negro, a Negro in America. And usually he'll deny his own race, his own color, just to be a second-class American.